Okay, truth be told, I really got to stop making videos at night. I mean, honestly speaking, I'm not seeing any brightness anywhere, and it's frustrating. But I just want to put this one out there. So the reality is this: there are many ideologies that we've incorporated on this trading journey that I really want to abolish. I mean, I had a conversation with one, well, I say a fellow trader, although he stopped though. I had a conversation sometime this week, probably on Sunday. Was it this week? Or most apparently last week, where he said to make money from actually crypto, specialized crypto or trading in general, you need a lot of money. But for real, that is one false ideology really that has been going on, which is really false though. There are many like that. Although right now I'm really having a rough sketch, I'm not really formulating, but the idea that you need a lot of money before you can make a tangible money from the crypto market is just false. It's false. And probably some ideas with risk management, and as time goes on, many of all these things will come. Okay, so another one might be the concept of a clean chart, or if you have a rough chart or whatever. Although probably I'm not only saying that because of my or the way my chart looks like, because many people have got many criticization from a lot of individuals. But it's the way I understand it. You see, the thing is this: many people fail to realize that trading is, although I wouldn't deny the psychological aspect of trading, but the reality is that trading is more of a personality trait rather. It is more, you need to fit your trading into your lifestyle, not your lifestyle into your trading. If you are getting me, like the way you trade needs to be the way your personality can hold things. If your emotions cannot hold some things, like you cannot do day trading, you don't have the emotions to or the capacity to do day trading. Then why venture into day trading? You can learn another aspect. You can learn, it's not swing trading. You can learn the old one whereby you trade on a daily perspective or a 4 hour perspective. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to spend time with 5 minute chats or probably 1 hour or whatever. Because looking at my own personality, me, I like a periodic element whereby I just come inside and see what to do and I do it. If I don't see what to do, I get anxious and I begin to, let's say, regurgitate myself and trying to like move ahead of myself, move faster than my shadow, which is more reason why I've gotten certain loss. So I like a concept whereby I just come in and say, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to get done, and this is when next time I need to come back. And I just do that. See, it's just like that, and so far so good. That has been going well for me, and it's really gorgeous. Although there are many ideologies I will still tackle with, it's just the reality of how things are. A lot of these false ideologies we will tackle with them, we'll deal with them as time goes on. But see, guys. Okay, so another ideology that I'll be tackling is the term that I'll be giving to indicators. I mean, I don't know why many traders believe indicators don't actually work. I mean, normally, significantly, if you understand something how it functions, you'll be able to exploit their usage very well at a substantial level whereby you can even say the term that indicators don't work. It depends. Though, although when I started the whole video parole, there are a lot of indicators I was doing, which is another thing. We failed to simplify things. Well, let me talk about indicators first before talking about that one. But you see, the concept with indicators is if you understand the reason why they were created, how to use them, and why and how they function, you'll be able to exploit their usage very well. For example, some indicators are just to measure trend levels, something like the MACD or probably the RSI2 is just major strength levels of how demand and supply works. Those kind of indicators don't really work well in range structures. If you are using them in range structures, you are setting yourself up for failure. That's just the simple reality about it. So if you are using them in a situation or a condition or a market condition whereby they are not created for them specifically, rather, they will fuck you up. That is just the reality of things. That is just how it is. But that is why people end up saying indicators don't work, because times where they work, they probably trend. And there's this saying, although it's actually true, that prices will either trend probably 30% of the time, and 70% goes into a consolidation or range structure, which is actually true. The experience I've had, that is true. It is rare to see trends going on, occurring. That is the reality of it. And many of these indicators are trending tools. They don't work well with ranging market. As a majority of the time, they will fuck you up because majority of the time the market is not in a trendable situation. That is just it. If you understand why they are used and you exploit them at the appropriate time when they are used, you will make your money. I have no hard pass on this level, sha. But do you consider that indicators don't work? Anyway, it is you now. Indicators do work for me. Most especially when I started, although I had a lot of indicators. I read about indicators specifically before I took my time to actually apply them to the market, which is something that helped me with indicators. And probably right now, the only indicators I use are only moving average and RSI. I believe those are the two. The others are just trend line and probably support and resistance. But those are the only major two I major in. But those are the only two I major on because the period when I started, I was using the ADX, the DMI, a lot, and I needed to like simplify them. That is another point. I'm talking about many of us traders, we end to complicate things, and the thing is, everything dwells. It all ends up on personality. Whatever works well, whatever your mind can comprehend. It is the way you're trading. It is the way you should focus your trading on whatever your mind like. Now let me give you an example. You see, when I learned trading or the art of investing, let me put it that way, when I learned it, when I started my journey with it, I did not start with the complicated structure where people all this break of structure. I've forgotten many of all these terms. The complicating when I speak with fellow traders and they start telling me break of structure, liquidity sweep, all these things I did not learn them, so I don't understand them. And right now, although they are just simple terms, apparently, with the way I learned, I'm seeing things. They are simple terms, honestly speaking, they are very simple. But as per se, I did not learn these things. They complicate my understanding of when you are explaining things to me or where you are trying to tell me something. And I don't even bother stressing myself to understand because if I stress myself to understand it, it complicates my trading. And I don't want things like that. So some elaborated terms are what hinder people because some people there are some things your mind cannot grasp. That is just ideal. It is logistically speaking. That's why I said you need to fit your trading system with your personality in order to at least entail substantial gain if you want. If you know you don't have the emotional balance for day trading, don't even attempt it. If you know you cannot stand the trauma or the risks or the emotional roller coaster, let me put it that way, of the 1 minute time frame, don't even attempt it. If you know you cannot stand the patience for the daily time frame or weekly, don't even attempt long run, be long term invest. Don't attempt all those ones. If you know you don't, your time frame, your patience works within the 30 minutes, do that and you excel. Although with time you will do. At first, I cannot guarantee success. That's just how life is. Failure, repeated failure, and one day it's gonna become a breakthrough. You begin to understand things on different level, different perspective. I mean, another complication I see is that we try to bring some ideology, some other concepts into our own, into something we barely understand. But right now, I don't want to make this video too long. But as time goes on, we begin to elaborate more on all these things specifically. But these are just some ideologies for the basic time I'm making this video that I can think of. And I just want to put it, many of them are false. There is a reason why I'm not saying, I'm not trying to undermine them and I'm not trying to undervalue them. I'm only saying they are false because they might not work. They might work for A, they might not work for B. They might work for me, they might not work for you. So it is understanding the one that works for you perfectly and exploiting that one that will help you in the long run in this market routine because it is you against everybody. Just know, understand the way you understand the market is what matters. The way you can interpret what you see on charts is what matters, regardless of what the person is saying. So don't embrace other people's concepts and believe it will definitely work well for you. You need to understand what your mind, your emotions can contain. If they can't contain those things, don't attempt it because in the long run you suffer. I mean, I'm days when I started the 1 minute time, oh boy, my eyes seem wine. 1 minute, 30 minutes, oh boy, my eyes seem wine until I started changing it. Right now, we are just based on the 4 hour. Even in the subsequent videos when I started this whole video post and everything, you will see there are times whereby I had the 30 minute, 2 hour, 4 hour, and everything. But right now, we focus mainly on the daily and the 4 hour. I barely focus on the weekly because it takes a whole week, 7 days before the weekly close. I just do that, then monthly probably at the end of the month. So it's just the daily and the 4 hour I focus on, because at the close of the day I want to see the data that is available 4 hour and this, and we'll make our execution process just like that. So and that works well for me. That's what I'm telling you. Understand your personality, rather your personality. Know what works well for you, and eventually it will play out. So this should be all for now. See you guys in the next videos. Bye.